then Lila's voice. Rosie says she remembers the night you left her, Mommy. Elena's blood ran cold. She ran to the door, calling Lila's name. But when she burst in, the room was empty, the window wide open, curtains fluttering like ghosts in the wind. Lila was gone. First, getting into this video, like, share, subscribe, and comment down what kind videos do you like according to that. I'll make videos for you. Let's begin. Rain drizzled over the twisted iron gates of Hollow Manor as Elena Harper and her 8-year-old daughter Lila arrived, their car headlights slicing through the fog. The grand, decaying mansion loomed before them, its stone walls veined with ivy, its windows dark like hollow eyes watching their every move. After her husband's death, Elena had decided to move back to her ancestral home in Hollow Creek, hoping for a quiet place to start over. But the moment she stepped inside the mansion, a shiver crawled down her spine. The air felt thick, carrying a faint scent of roses, her mother's favorite perfume. "Mommy, who's that lady upstairs?" Lila asked suddenly, her voice soft but certain. Elena froze. "There's no one upstairs, honey," she said, forcing a smile. But as she looked up toward the grand staircase, she could have sworn she saw a shadow move across the landing. Days passed, and the mansion remained eerily alive at night. Doors creaked open. The piano in the parlor played soft lullabies by itself, and Lila began talking to someone Elena couldn't see. "I play with Rosie," Lila said one morning, smiling. "She says this used to be her house." Elena's blood ran cold. Rosie was the name of her younger sister, who had mysteriously died in the house when she was 9. Her parents had always told her it was an accident, but Elena remembered the screams, the locked door, and her mother's trembling hands that night. Now, her own daughter was talking to the ghost of her sister one stormy evening. Elena woke to the sound of laughter echoing through the hall. She ran to Lila's room, but the bed was empty. The window was wide open, curtains fluttering like ghosts. Panic surged through her. She tore through the mansion, calling Lila's name. Her voice bounced back, hollow and hopeless. In the attic, she found a trail of tiny footprints leading to an old trunk. Inside lay Lila's favorite doll, and a faded photograph of Rosie and a young Elena taken on the same staircase Lila had been playing near. On the back of the photo, written in her mother's hand, were the words, "The price of silence is always paid by the innocent." Elena discovered a hidden door behind the library shelves, leading to a secret cellar. The air was cold, damp, and heavy with decay. There, among rotting furniture, she found what remained of a child's playroom, small toys, a broken rocking horse, and the skeletal remains of a little girl. Her trembling hands brushed a locket from the bones. It was engraved with her sister's name, Rosie Harper. Then a whisper drifted through the cellar. "You left me here, Ellie. You let them lock me away." Tears streamed down Elena's face as memories returned. Her mother had accused Rosie of talking to dark spirits, Their father, a devout man, believed the girl was possessed. That night, he had locked Rosie in the basement to purify her. Elena had heard her sister's screams, but had been too afraid to open the door. And now it was happening again. Elena fell to her knees. "I'm sorry, Rosie. I was a child. I didn't know," she sobbed. The room trembled, candles flickered, and a soft glow filled the space. From the darkness, Lila appeared unharmed, holding Rosie's ghostly hand. "Rosie says it's time to forgive Mommy," Lila whispered. The spirit of Rosie smiled faintly, the anger fading from her hollow eyes. "Take care of her, Ellie. Don't let fear bury love again." With that, the light grew brighter until the cellar was filled with warmth. When it dimmed, Rosie was gone, leaving only the locket behind. It had been 3 nights since Lila mentioned her new friend, Rosie. Since then, the once quiet mansion had begun to breathe. Elena would wake up to the faint sound of humming, an old lullaby her mother used to sing, the same one that used to lull Rosie to sleep. But when she followed the sound, it always stopped right before she reached the source. The nights grew longer, and the walls seemed to sigh. Shadows danced just beyond the candlelight, and mirrors fogged without reason. One morning, Lila came running down the stairs, clutching a small porcelain doll Elena didn't recognize. "Rosie gave it to me," she said cheerfully. She said it was her favorite. The doll's porcelain face was cracked, one glass eye missing, its lace dress yellowed with age. Elena froze. She had seen that same doll before, years ago, in her sister's hands. But after Rosie's death, their father had burned all her belongings, claiming no trace of evil should remain. "Where did you find this?" Elena whispered. Lila pointed toward the attic. "Rosie said it's where she waits for you." That night, Elena gathered her courage and climbed the attic stairs. Each step creaked beneath her feet, echoing through the silent halls. The smell of dust and rot filled the air. The attic was cluttered with old furniture and boxes covered in cobwebs. But one area was strangely untouched. A small space by the window had been carefully arranged. A child-sized chair, a music box, and fresh rose petals scattered around. Elena's hands trembled as she opened the music box. It played the same lullaby, the same one Rosie used to hum before she died. Then a soft whisper brushed her ear. "You promised you'd never leave me, Ellie." Elena spun around. No one was there, but in the reflection of a cracked mirror, she saw a faint silhouette. A little girl with long hair standing beside her, eyes full of sorrow. The next morning, Lila was quiet. She stared at the window, her voice distant. "Rosie says she's lonely," she murmured. "She wants me to stay with her forever." Elena's heart raced. "What do you mean, stay?" But Lila didn't answer. She just smiled, that eerie, distant smile children have when they're lost in a dream. That night, Elena locked Lila's bedroom door and stayed awake, listening. At midnight, the doorknob began to turn slowly. Then came the soft sound of two sets of footsteps, one light, one almost silent. Then Lila's voice. Rosie says she remembers the night you left her, Mommy. Elena's blood ran cold. She ran to the door, calling Lila's name. But when she burst in, the room was empty, the window wide open, curtains fluttering like ghosts in the wind. Lila was gone,